30 times got rejected. It was so difficult at that time. I was so frustrated because I taught in the university. My pay was $10 a month because I could not find a good job. In 1994, discussed that I'm going to do something called internet. And 23 of them against it. They said, this is a stupid idea. We have never heard about internet and you know nothing about computer. And I never thought I was smart. Nobody believed that I could be successful because everybody say, well, this guy think differently, think crazily, they think about something never work. And I tried to borrow $3,000 from the banks. It took me 3 months, but I still cannot get it. We talked to over 30 or 40 venture capitalists. Everybody said, no, forget it. A lot of people said Alibaba is a terrible model. As I said, I believe it. I think this thing could be big if we keep on working. I never thought it would be that big like today. But I believe that something is waiting for me there.
The choice whether to solve.
To prove myself, that was the tough experience. So we gathered $50,000 from 18 founders. We started. For the first 3 years, we did not have even $1 revenue from our business. It was not easy.
You don't make any money. You've got extraordinary claims, and yet you make nothing. That's internet. Yes, but what's the point? Are you a millionaire? Now?
No.
Do you want to be?
Well, I hope. But why it keeps going ahead, going forward? Because I received lots of email of thanks from the customer. They say, this is such a great thing. We cannot pay you, but this thing helped us. If you keep on helping us, one day you will be successful. And I believe this. Little by little, we build up our business. Little by little, we build up our ecosystem of the infrastructure. And now after 16 years, we have an Alibaba group, we have a Tmall group, we have a Taobao group, we have Alipay. And people said, you are so smart. How could you make a company like that? Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jack Welch, Larry Page, Mark Zuckerberg. The difference between those people and other people, they are always optimistic for the future. They never complain. They always try to solve the problems of the others. When you're optimistic, it's always opportunity. People same here today. Jack, where is the opportunity? I don't have a job. I don't have this. I don't have that. The best assets you have is that you are young. Don't complain. Let the other people complain. The opportunity always lies where people complain. Think about how you can make things different. And then when you think about this, start to do it. I saw a lot of people, young people, have fantastic ideas every evening. But in the morning, they go to the office same again. If you really want to be an entrepreneur, you have to do the things before the other people do. You have to wake up before the other people wake up. You have to be more brave than the others. When I was young, I went to Hangzhou West Lake. There's a hotel. Many foreign visitors visit there. And I went there every morning, 5 o'clock, to practice my English. The foreign visitors come, I practice my English. I don't know why at that time. But I found everything the foreign visitors told me are so different from the things my parents told me, my teacher told me, and the newspaper I read. So since then, I think everything use my own brain. Use your own brain to think. To everybody, to any person, tomorrow is new. Make the move, make the action. Whether investors believe in this or not, whether your friends believe it or not, whether your parents believe it or not, that's not important. You believe it, your team believe it, and work day and night on this. Make enough mistakes. You fall, you stand up. If you really want to work for yourself, think about the others, because only when the other people are successful, when the other people are happy, you'll be successful, you will be happy. Don't worry about the money. Money follow the people. People should follow the dreams. If you have a dream, just to go ahead.
Succeed or to fail is your choice. How many of you want your children not to forget your name? I need to be sure Because I remember that when I was leaving school, I was considered not to be a nobody. But today my children are happy that I'm their father. The people that people thought were going to metamorphose into something, they are driving Ubers now. They came out with second class Uber, but they are still driving Uber. Your academics does not guarantee you will be first in life. Whenever you want to take decisions in your life, there are people that pull you down. You need to leave them alone, because your friends determine your values. Your values determine your decisions. Your decisions determine your actions, and your actions determine your results. If your results are wrong, check your actions. If your actions are not the best, check your decisions. If your decisions are not working, check your values. If your values are not the best, check your friends. If you want to change your future, change your friends. Simple. You are the average of 5 people here. 5. If I know your friends, I'll tell you your future. Simple. Show me who you talk to. Your friends do not only include the people you talk to, they include the books you read, the pages you research online, your mother that you listen to, your father. Those are your friends. The people that influence you are your friends. So I decided to look for new friends. I went online. I look for Grant Cardone, Russell Brunson, look for T.D. Jakes. I look for people that speak nuggets into my head. I blast my medulla oblongata 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night, every single day. I'm not listening to Okebe Super. I'm not listening to news. I'm not listening to any other thing. I need things that will change my mind. Show me your friends and I'll tell you your future. If you want to change your future, change your friends. Look at yourself. You dress like your friends. You all look alike. So if I look at your dressing, I know your friends. I know your friends. From the way you talk, I know your friends. Who do you spend time with? What do you read? Iron sharpened iron. Iron sharpened iron. If you are going to come out as gold, you will need to go through the fire. And trust me, I will burn the rubbish out of your head. I will clean it up. I will not pity you. Some people here have come to my tribe meeting. 30 days, I'll sit down with you. 9 to 10. God help you if you are late. You are in trouble with me. I will remote your medulla oblongata. I will turn it. By the time you come out, you'll be as pure gold. Anything, nothing will shake you. Nothing will shake you. Because you need to build character first. I don't care who you are. Your money cannot help me because you will die without it. A good name is better than loud riches. Insanity is defined as doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. If you are going to succeed tomorrow, you need to change the way you behave today. Stop that bad behavior. I need you to prepare for dominance. Whether you like it or not, domination has come. It is by choice. A man that I respect so much, his name is Grant Cardone. He was the one that created this word called 10x. 10x is the man called Grant Cardone. Next slide. Grant Cardone was somebody that made a statement that anybody can be successful. Don't let anybody deceive you that is not everybody that's going to be so. Everybody can be successful. Every single person can be successful, including you, including you, including you, including you, including you. Every single person under the sound of my voice can be successful. There are people that are sitting here. They have looked at you have looked at your result. Your result is showing that you graduate with a 3rd class. Your result is showing that you will not come out as a good student. You are even afraid to go back home to your parents and say, Daddy, Mommy, I have failed. Come on, come on, come on. It is because of you I am here today. They're telling you that the instruction of your lecturers that whether you have failed or not does not mean you are going to fail. I don't care what anybody has said about you, because somehow in this discussion you will hear my own story. Success is your duty. It's your duty. It's your duty. It's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to succeed. Your father does not owe you anything. Your mother does not owe you anything. The government does not owe us anything. Nothing. We need to stop it. You are not too young to be rich. I'm going to say it to you. You can be rich. Say, I hear you. I hear you. Next slide for me. A lion, the Panthera leo, the African lion, is not the strongest animal in the forest. It is not the tallest animal in the forest. It is not even the fastest animal. It is called the king of the jungle because of one thing. It has an attitude. When a lion wakes up and he sees an elephant, he looks at the elephant and says, this elephant is food. And he goes and attacks that elephant. But if that elephant should step on it, it will kill the lion. Because the lion thinks that this is food, he attacks it. When the elephant sees the lion, looks at the boss, and not here, has left, it has disappeared. Because he's afraid of the mindset. What mentality do you have? Your problem is not your location. Your problem is your thinking. If you can think enough, what you have is more than enough. Your problem is not beneath. Your problem is your brain. If you can change the way you think, people will come to you. Alexander the Great said something, said, I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. How many lions do we have in here? Talk to me here. I will shake your table because I need you to survive. If you die without releasing your gift, you are ashamed to this world. Because God sent you here with a gift. And that gift, everybody must partake of it. 25 years ago, God said there was a problem in Benin. And he needed you to come and solve it. That's why you landed in Benin. You have to wake up, cultivate your gift so that the world will benefit from you. Small boy, like what's his name, Whiskey, people are eating up his gift. English he may not be able to speak, but yet everywhere now they are paying for his gift. What is your own gift? Your gift is something you can do without any effort. A fish does not need to go to school to learn to swim. What can you do without going to school to learn? That's your gift. All you need to do is to cultivate it. All you need is to groom it. All you need to do is to till the ground, work on your gift. Look for people that can bring out the gift in you and make it happen. Now, once you do that, it will now develop. If you want to 10x your life, there is this word that you need. You need attention. Attention, money follows attention. Wherever there is attention, money will always be there. You need to get attention. You need it. Because money always follows attention. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. But I'm afraid of a pack of sheep led by lions. I came here to raise lions. I came here to provoke you. I came here to disrupt you. I came here to set that fire inside you. No matter the recession in the forest, a lion will never eat grass. Monkey know the bongo. No. A lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. A lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. A lion is not the fattest animal in the jungle. A lion is not the fastest animal in the jungle. So if you ask the lion, did you pass your fastest animal exam? He will say no. Did you pass the longest animal in the jungle? He say no. Did you pass the biggest animal in the jungle exam? He will say no. Did you pass the wisest animal in the jungle? So what did you get in fastest? F. What did you get in strongest? F. What did you get in this one? F. What did you get in this one? F. So in your school set exam, you get F. No problem. But yet he's the king of the jungle. Your academics is not a guarantee for your success. Keep your first class one side. Keep your 2-1 one side. Keep your 2-2 one side. Show me your attitude. A lion will look at an elephant. He say, I will eat this. Because that is how he thinks. An elephant will see it and run away. It is not a function of your size. It is a function of your attitude. Walk to that person and say, you need to be in this platform. Otherwise, you'll look for me tomorrow. Start talking to them now. Stop pitching them. Time is ticking. TikTok. Where are my lions? Can I hear you say, Ahoo? So at this point in time, it is important that you know that decisions make men. What decision do you want to take today? What decision do you want to happen in your life? What decision do you want to see in 5 years' time? Everybody overestimates what you can accomplish in 1 year, but you underestimate what you can accomplish in 5 years. Stop thinking short term. Think about the long term. Money follows attention. You are too quiet for success. Once you make noise, you command attention. Hey, we don't show. Everybody was born naked. Everybody. There is nobody I know that came out with shoes, iPad, BlackBerry. Nobody. Everybody came out naked. The only thing a baby comes out is the fear of falling down and the fear of a loud noise. Every other thing you learned to be poor. So if you are going to be successful, you have to unlearn poverty and learn success. Unlearn poverty and learn success. I was tired of 1,000, 5,000, 20,000. I was tired. My brother, small money is bad. So I wrote on my wall 100 million. I wrote it on the wall, big with paper. I will lie down by my bed on the floor. When I wake up, it's 100 million. I see. I wrote it on my ceiling, 100 million. When I turn like this, 100 million. Turn like this, 100 million in my bedroom. Turn like this, 100 million. My toilet, when I'm sitting on the throne, 100 million. This book will not pass me by. Whatever you look on, once there is a will, there will always be a way. I put a target on my mind, 100 million, and I put a time, 1 year. 1 year. When you put a target and a time, direction will appear. What is your target? What time do you have? When you put a time and a target, you turn to a madman. The world does not excuse the road for human beings. It's when you are mad, the road will clear. Stop thinking about 500,000. When you have a time and a target, everything changes. Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, my mentor, my boss, says in Africa, when a gazelle wakes up, it has to run faster than the fastest lion, otherwise it will be eaten. It says also in that same Africa, when a lion wakes up, it has to run faster than the fastest gazelle, otherwise fastest gazelle, otherwise it will not eat. The moral of the story is whether you are a gazelle or a lion, when you wake up. In the beginning, God created. When he created you to become a co-creator. Yes, you may be working for somebody. You are there to learn, study, to show. There is a part of your life you must show. Show yourself approved after you have been tested and tried. A man rightly dividing. What are you made of? When God put man, the next thing he said, have dominion. It was not an advice, it was a command. God is not advising you to be rich. He commanded you. Your poverty is an insult to God. 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 45 says if you are 20 years old, you are able to go to work. If you are 20 years old and you are still in your father's house, it's a shame. Stay with me. So today we are going to break the rules. have sat down together. We have sat down alone. It's time for us to break the rules. It's time for us to break the rules. It's time for us to break those rules. Normalcy will not be accepted.
Hola, guys. Welcome, everybody. So, I won't say if you can hear me, let me know. I think what I'm going to say today is, first of all, if you have liked the video, you're watching on YouTube and you've liked the video, type liked. If you've shared the video, type shared. That's the two things I want to see you guys comment. If you like the video, type like. If you share the video, type share. These are one of the two things that you're expected to do while connecting and joining. Lavexi, I think this comment is popping up from Twitter X. GM, how are you? Hope you're good. David, GM Master, how are you, David? Hope you're great. Another energy refiller, energy setting in for the week. Someone say boss 2. Chinwe Nomo Puo say boss 2 as well. Aurelia Peter say good evening, boss. Good evening, Pete. How are you? Choice the word says good evening, sir. Good evening to you, Choice. How are you? How's the family? How's your family? Hope you're good. J Boy, good evening, Shifu. Good evening, J Boy. How are you? Hope you're doing great as well. Zamira Godwin. Good evening, Daddy. Zamira, how's family? How's mommy doing? How's everybody? How are you? It's been a while I heard from you. Maybe you send me a DM after the session today. Justice Waters, a good evening, boss Shifu. Good evening, Justice. David says I should dominate. Of course, we should dominate. So there is no slide on today's live stream, right? I just got back a few minutes or hours ago. I didn't have time to do any slide. And actually, my team actually asked, I sent them how I want the slide to be early hours in the morning, and I replied, okay, and I forgot that I didn't send them anything. So we're gonna freestyle today, right? We're gonna freestyle today. Official is a good evening, Master. Izu, how are you? Hope you are good. So, Kamach, good evening, Shifu. Hope you are doing great as well. Okay. Of course. Philip, how are you, Philip? Jeff, how you doing? Happy Sunday as well. Okay. I'm just trying to scan through the comments. Okay. Messi, good evening, sir. Well, good evening, Messi. Hope you're good. Hope you should greetings as well. Okay. I'm seeing a couple of us saying they've liked and shared, a few persons saying they've liked and shared. Okay. I want to see more of us, please. So basically, that's a comment I would love to say. Okay, good to know. Good to know. A lot of things happened in the past week, right? A lot of amazing things happened in the past week. So let's quickly look through that. But I think we should go to my X page and we should start from there. we should start from there. A lot of amazing things has been happening in the past week, but the truth is, most people are not even concerned about whatever is happening in the past week, and that is because it's not, we have not been able to convert whatever has been happening to money, right? The market is shitting and it's going real bad, and a lot of people are upset about it. So despite the major, like I think the past week, the Litecoin ETF was approved. A special fund for Dogecoin is being created. A lot of amazing things fundamentally should impact the market. But however, we are seeing that the market is shitting. And actually, you shouldn't even be bothered because everything happening right now in the market, I predicted it. I talked about it. I also say that this is what is going to happen as we enter February, right? But there's going to be a switch. I'm going to talk about the market. I know a lot of people want to hear that from me. So obviously, if you're in the bull run community, if you're in the bull run group, you would have been, I drop a lot of this like back to back from time to time, every 1-2-3 days. I drop this hint, I drop this, I even give the exact dates of what I'm expecting from time to time on the bull run group. So if you're there, you definitely have gotten most of this data as well. But regardless, whether you are there or not as well, I will talk about the market. I will talk about what next, what's happening next. So those who are confused, will no longer be confused as well. And those who are following, we just know on the next best thing to do. But however, let's do a little bit of recap for the week that just okay, coming. A little bit of recap for X, right? So I'm going through my X right now, and I'll have to scroll and scroll because we'll have to look for so you know the funny thing, yeah, I was talking to someone today, right? You know, this thing, I do this thing a lot. Like I did the same thing with Trump, right? Especially when I said I'm going to be selling off Trump, I'm like, I feel like it's done, right? Also, and ever since I said that, Trump has been going real down. And I do get a lot of people come to my DM and ask me, Shifu, how do you know the top? And this is the thing. I wouldn't necessarily say I know the top, but there's certain things that experience gives you, right? Over time, you get a particular level of hindsight. But what I say is I know my strategy. And my strategy helps me to leave the market before any form of major reversal and enter the market before any form of fundamentals per se and movement per se. And to be very candid with you, one of the things you get if you join the bull run group, you get access to the videos in the bull run course. And I actually explained this and taught the strategy time and time again in the bull run course. So it's something that if you get to join the bull run group, you may need to watch these videos again and again. And as you watch them over time, you begin to grasp all the concepts, a lot of the concepts I use, and definitely you begin to make profits over time based on this concept. Because, like I said, I always say this very clearly: you can copy a man's trades, but you can't copy that man's convictions. In fact, let me put it this way: you can copy a man's trade, but you can't copy his conviction. So you can't have the kind of result he has. But the closest thing to being able to copy the convictions of a man is by being able to copy his strategy. Because the thought pattern of a person is revealed in his strategy, how he plays the market. Why am I saying this? I'm emphasizing on this. For example, let's this one of the most recent quotes I shared from I dropped this around 100k market cap or so in the bull run group. So if you're in the bull run group, you would have seen when I dropped this very early as well. And over time, it's done over 50x, over 5,000% within this past 1 week. This particular, and I posted this publicly. I think after it has done about 2, 3, 4, 5x, I posted it on the public community. And now, if you look at it, you would see where I posted. A lot of people have been reaching my DM, and I posted something that has to do with. I'm coming. I posted it here. That was 2 days ago, right? On January 31st, where I stated it openly here that coming. That a lot of people have been in my DM about price targets, and I know you want an update. And I'm like, I'm not sure where this is gonna go. Let's have and that we've already made a lot of money out of this. But however, I have my next high conviction play, and this is what I dropped on Telegram, which is I forgot the name of that project again, but there's a project I posted, which is like the next high conviction play. And ever since I dropped this, it went a little bit higher to already it was around 5 point something, so just like about 6 or so. And then since then it's been dropping. A day after that, it's been dropping and dropping and dropping. So if you go out with me when I left the market, you will definitely be safe, right? If you go out with me when I left the market, you'll be safe. You'll be good. We've seen this happen over again. Most times, it's just like Orc AI, for example. When I left Orc AI, I stopped talking about it. We've not seen it gone up again. It's always been. It's most time when I start, most people don't understand the impact of what happens when I repeatedly talk about a particular coin, a particular project. When I repeatedly talk about a particular point, most times there's a lot of attraction that it gets, a lot of eyes it gets, a lot of visibility it gets most times. And I may not categorically, what's the word to use now, say anything that is going to be hurtful, so it doesn't impact negatively to others who are not in our community as well. But however, I always give hints when I am out most of the times as well, so you just know profits have been made. And this is why the strategy I use is always important. If you have the strategy I've used and you are planning for yourself, there are certain questions that you will not need to ask me. You won't need to come to live stream and start asking those questions in the comment section. You won't need to come to maybe my DMs on WhatsApp and drop any of this kind of question, because you will definitely know what to do and what to be done as well. And obviously, so it just happens. So there's a time you get in a project, then I get out. Get in, you get out. We're all here to make money at the end of the day. We just want to make profits. We want to make a lot amount of money as well. And then we see whatever has been happening and shitting on most of this project as well. And just like we made a lot of money out of OKI as well. And you see I know a lot of influencers and co have been talking about it, but the truth is, of what impact has happened? Nothing. It's been going down and down and down and down ever since. But because we're out of it, right? So we could call us the market makers, we call us the market movers, we call us the major pullers as well. So if we're out, we are out. And we've seen it happen over and over again. Most of these artists, when we leave attention, and whenever I'm no longer putting attention there, I'm no longer emphasizing on it, talking about it as well, and I just change topic. Obviously, you should know that Shifu is out of this thing. And when Shifu is out of a platform, it's already a red flag for the platform, and it could just start going down. Except I come back into it, and I only come back when I feel like the entry is right. The entry is right and the entry is safe. There's enough pullback, and then okay, this is a very good spot on entry for us as well. So if we don't get that, I'm not holding anything for Hopium, because there will always be opportunities in this market. There will always be opportunities. As long as you're locked in, there will always be opportunities in this market. We've had an amazing and intense week, right? But what I'm looking for right now is what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Okay, I think it's Vortex, right? Vortex was the one I talked about. So that is the next high conviction play. So Vortex is just gonna do like OKI, right? It's just gonna take a few days, and then it will just start continue pulling up and up and up. So it's gonna be like more of a slow organic moon. That's what I'm expecting on that there in that project. Okay, so I posted a list of what we're looking out for, and we talked about these lists. So we are going to coming. So on the list, we've got Shield Protocol. So Shield Protocol is launching on the 4th, I think 3 p.m. UTC. That should be 2 days time. Now a lot of exits to be made, right? But however, there's something people need to get in their head now or get in their mind is this is not going to be shield protocol is not going to be more of the what's the word to use? It's not going to be more of the what you call. It's not like going to be more of this like the Solana pump and dump kind of place, right? Whereby you just it's happened crazy like, and there are thousands of projects like launching every single day. And no, that is not what. So, and then there's a lot of posts and content, not just by myself but by other KOLs that talks about how the last project got to 1 billion at the last run. And this is the funny thing. The funny thing is, it was even at the end of the last run that God was launched. Yeah, the former project was launched around November 2021, if I'm not mistaken, and that was towards the end of the bull run. And even in the heat of the bear market, it made a lot of money. It made a killing out of it. It took about 5 to 6 months for it to get to 1 billion. But from the launch, it was a steady move. It launched, it dipped, I think, 2-3 days later, and from then it moved steadily upwards for 6 straight months. For 6 straight months, it was a consistent uptrend on the last project. And right now, we are at the beginning of the new bull run. So probably it's going to have maybe a faster pace, a faster projection than 6 months, maybe within the space of the next 3 months as well. So obviously, there are people who are just concerned about immediate gain. So that's your concern. But me, I'm sharing my thoughts now, because most times whenever I get a share project, I always tell you that this is my thoughts regarding this project. This is what I think regarding this project. Now, what you do with it is your choice. But me sharing my thoughts is like saying that this is what I feel about it. This is my idea about it. And I just say it as it is. If I feel that, okay, there could be some shady things, I will still say it like that. Right? So basically, if I feel that, okay, it's not going to be just instantly, it's going to over time, I would still say it that way. So even if there is a massive movement, don't expect 1 billion market cap in a day. Probably maybe it's going to take a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month or 2 weeks. It refers, right? It refers. But when we say history repeats itself, it's this phrase I always say: the more things change, the more things stay the same. The more things change, the more things stay the same. The whole world we live in is like a loop. When you understand this, your approach to everything, be it finance, be it crypto, be it forex, be whatever, is gonna be very, very different. Your approach is going to be very, 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 very different. And I'm gonna go into charts, and you're gonna see this play out even on the chart, right? But I just want to quickly talk about the week before we talk about what we're expecting. So Shield is very bullish. I'm very bullish on it. It will do very well. But if you're the person who is hungry for just instant kind of thing, it may not be for you. Will there be instant profit? Yes. But terrific, amazing profit comes over time, right? Over time as well. So if you're the kind of person who just want to lose your money, this adrenaline, the bear market PTSD is still in you. You just want to lose your money. You maybe go and look for something else that can pump and dump in one day. But if you need something that's going to be stable and have like a good growth, I think Shield is a really, really, really good play, and I'm bullish on them, right? I'm bullish on them. I think that's why they are even on the top of the list. And then we've got Vortex that launched. Vortex launched already, and Vortex has been holding steady. That's the crazy thing. Despite whatever has been happening so far, so good on the market, we've been having Vortex hold steadily. It's currently around 700k or so market cap, dropped by 31% today. So if we look at so it's barely just 1 week, right? So let me share the top. So it's barely just 1 week they've been in existence. So if we look at this is how the 1 week chart looks. If we look at the 3 days chart, this is how it looks. And if we look at the daily chart, this is how it looks as well. So it's barely just 1 week. So it's been ranging around the zone. So it's a solid level. We most definitely don't want to see it break down too low as well. because it's going to increase a lot of fear among investors and people. I am holding my bag here, right? I have precisely about 1 Ethereum in this. So if it does well, I will be making some good amount of money as well from it as well. I got in around 1 million, so I'm down already. So hopefully it picks up with the markets. But then we've got Mind AI. This hasn't launched. Protect AI, it hasn't launched. Solia hasn't launched. Astronova hasn't launched. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 hasn't launched. Live Arc X haven't launched as well. This did launch and it did about a 20x for people who got in on the pre-sale. So if you're able to get in on the sale for this, you would have made some good amount of money. That's GPT Wars. That was some good amount of money. So this is the funny thing. The funny thing here is, and then we've got Primex launch, yeah, and did a 5x upon launch. I think it did a little bit higher than that, and then started going downwards as well. So if you're able to sell out, I think I sold out around. It did a bit more than that, but I sold out around between 5x and 3x. Right, when my first sell off was around 5x and then 3x because it was 25% that was released on TGE. So it meant I got my 25%. I quickly sold off as a JIT. So like I always say, if you don't JIT, someone else is going to JIT on you. So for that area, I sold off as well. And obviously, if you sold off when it launched, you would have gotten your capital on it. So the rest, 75% that will be released over time, is just going to be all pure profits, all pure profit, all pure profit. So far so good. I think there was one other coin that was launched, but I didn't really talk much about it because it was more of people in the bull run group who invested in it, and that was Warrior launched, and it was just for the bull run people. So we all invested in the private as well. We launched, and that was last week as well. So far so good. We had a very, very extremely favorable group, right? And even the A47 was just in between the week. It wasn't even on the list as well. But so far so good. Every coin that was on that list that has launched has performed. I think it's just Vortex that is still. Vortex has not given any gains yet. It hasn't given any gains yet, but it's just there, and it will give. Like I said, it's going to be like more of a slow mover. But so far so good. It's been a very, very great week. Like I always say, less is more. There are people who are going to jump hunting from into 10,000 projects. If you have the mental capacity, fine. If you've been able to develop a strategy that works for you, fine. But if not, you will just end up continuously chasing shadows. And that's what a lot of people are doing in the crypto space. I don't know if I need to remind you that based on the available on-chain data, we have less than 0.2% of the total population in crypto that are actually millionaires in dollars. What does this tell you? It should tell you that 90% of people who are flaunting that they aren't. They haven't even made that much, as you may even presume. You should understand at this point that most times the internet is the more you look, the less you see. I mean, less than 0.2%. So when you check the data, I posted the data on my page. So if you follow me on X, you'd have seen the data. How many hundreds of millions of people that we have in crypto already? When you check it on chain, and how many of that population are actually have over £1 million available in their aggregated wallet account. The figure is less than 0.2%, which means the odds are stacking up against you every day, except you develop an edge. It is stacking up crazily except you develop an edge. This is how the world is. The truth is, if you think you can change the world, you are living an illusion. It has been, it is, it will still be When a repeated circle, the whole world is a loop. All you need to understand is to identify an edge. That edge is what brings you out of the loop to maximize and benefit from the already existing loop. So, what will be your edge? What will be your edge? The season of crypto is going to come and go. And by the time crypto comes and go, there'll be other opportunities that will still come up in the world technologically. The world is advancing so fast, accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, tremendous speed is hitting the sectors of the world. And the truth is, there will be more opportunities, more not in crypto, maybe in various sectors. But the truth is, the model will still be the same. There will still be people who criticize it. There will still be people who won't believe in it. There will still be people who would understand it, but there will still be people who will become millionaires out of it. If you say that you want to be among those who will be millionaires out of the industry we are in together right now, you have to ask yourself is, what edge do you have over others to make yourself be, even if you're not going to be in that 0.2%, at least be among those who are already going to be in six figures. So, because to be very honest with you, if at this point right now in crypto, your wallet is not up to $100,000, you're still joking. You're still playing. The time isn't much. The odds is stacking up against you, and you need to maximize every opportunity available for you right now to make the most out of the time and the season and the opportunity we have right now. Be it to join as many groups as possible, be it to pay for knowledge, be it to pay for access, whatever you need to do for your own sake in this year, right? Now, if you listen very well, I'm not even making emphasis about myself now. I'm not even making emphasis about the bull run group. I'm not even making emphasis about the ETF. They are important. They are great. But if you said you want to get in and be serious this year, lock in with value, lock in the best possible way, and every opportunity you get whereby someone shares the kind of knowledge I've given insights, grab it. Always ask yourself is, how can I utilize what he's saying now? How can I connect these information he's saying about this project and this? How can I do a little bit of more research? How can I apply this thing he's saying for my own self? How much do I have? How much is my portfolio? What is the strategy I'm going to use to attack this thing? How am I going to trade this thing? Start thinking for yourself with information being given to you. It will help you very, very well. Don't allow someone else to do the thinking for you. It's very important this year. So let's look at the chart and what to expect this year. Like I said, there's something about history and what happens from time to time. Now, on the 5th of February, every year, if you follow the Gans theory, so a couple of people asked me, Shifu, how are you able to predict time and days, sometimes weeks, when it comes to Bitcoin crypto? And just for those who want extra knowledge, you can go and study Gann theory. It will help you a lot. I've studied Gann theory, Gann. Gann is one of the founding fathers of price action, technical analysis or so. And just like Dow theory, so that whatever strategy is built on them, Gann is is late, obviously. So the Gann theory would help you, but it could be very complex. So if you don't like complexity, you may be confused as well. And sometimes these are people who have understanding of astrology, right? Astrology is the study of the stars, moons, and being able to predict events that happens in the world based on stars, where financial astrology comes in. But Gann could give you like a very, very good. So if you're the type that maybe your religion doesn't accept astrology or bans those kind of things, then you can actually go to just Gann theory. It's just basic, right? It's going to help you a lot, but at the same time, it's going to be confusing for so many persons as well. But based on Gann theory and based on historical events we've been seeing on the 5th of February, every single year, there's always a pivot for the market. So if the market has been dumping on the 5th of February, it begins to move. If it's been pumping on the 5th of February, it begins to go down, right? So it's more like but if we bring it down to crypto, what happens at the 5th of February is there's always a trap in the market, mostly a bullish trap where the market dips before it moves up very, very well. So when you factor it, 5th, the essence of it being on the 5th of February is not the day as per 5th. That is important. What is important is the state of, I'm trying to use a very simple word, I won't get people confused now. The state of the sun or the stars before that day or after that day. So this means for some years it could be the 3rd and the 4th, right? Then for some years it could be the 6th and the 7th. But the most important thing is plus minus 2 days before or 2 days after. When you bring this into equation, that was why I told us that from the 1st of February to the 4th of February, the market is going to bleed. And if then there's a bleeding, that would be the bottom. It would be like a trap to trap people in the market. It's going to go down, and then we should get an entry where the market can now begin to move upwards. And secondly, that's what I also stated, that we can begin trading on futures and leverage after the 5th of February. So I've been saying, if you're doing leverage, be careful, it's going to go down. Now is the time. We are entering this period where a lot of people are giving up right now. A lot of people are confused. But people, if you listen to Shifu, this is when you shouldn't be. In fact, this is when you should be more serious. This is when you should buckle up. This is when, if you've not joined the Bull Run group or the ETF, make sure you pay and join in. This is where, if you've not been wanting to invest, this is the time whereby you want to now invest. This is when you've been discouraged. This is when you should now become encouraged. If you've been away from leverage because I said you should be, this is the time to buckle up and now get on board. So I'm giving the green light officially on this call. So let us go to Bitcoin first of all. Our brother, uncle. So if you see here, can you guys hear me? Are you guys following? I want to see comments first of all before I continue. I want to see comments if you guys are following. I want to be sure that you guys are with me. And I'm not talking to myself. Oh yeah, the chart is clear. So when we look at the chart, I think in the last live crypto capital show, that was when I drew this on what I was expecting. That I said I expect a pull up in the market and then a pullback. And the pullback I was looking at is into this area. But if I'm to be very into this area, and then from this area it should go up. So it's been pulling back well. So this is 95 to forever is not like an end, is not the exact entry, but I drew this line because it was a key level. So it drops into here. This is what, let me do this pattern so you can actually you guys can see what I'm trying to say. We need something like this. I need to see something like this before I can buy, or something like this. There are a lot of you who are on the call who are traders, and I believe you all understand this concept already. So if either if you're someone who, if you've learned my concepts, you would understand. If you've not to, you would still understand. One way or the other, you get some level of edge and stuffs whatnots put together. But regardless, this is something you want to see, and I'll explain why. Focus on the whites, right? The blue is one I drew last week. So when you look at this white, there's two things you want to see. The first one is, in fact, if I'm to be very clear, the first one is a liquidity has to be created, right? So what we call, I think that it's called inducement. That's the word the traders use. So whether it's called inducements or whatever it's called, but something needs to be created here, and then you see this, a point is created, it comes, it clears it, and then it moves. So most times for this creation to happen, it may take the next 48 hours. So within the next 48 hours, this should happen. If this doesn't happen, then this will happen. So either if this happens, then we'll have our entry. If this doesn't happen, then this is going to happen. Why? Because the market needs to clear out orders. There needs to be what we call matching orders. And if I want to, so there are, for example, there are various kinds of candlesticks right now, and usually I use this. I use the session volume profile, or I use the volume footprint. So usually this is something that a lot of people don't know how to use. It confuses them because of how the chart looks. You won't really be able to understand what is going on. But all the movements you see, for example, I usually prefer using not this exact platform, but it's still like this, right? If you look at the screen now, what you're seeing are orders, right? These are order books. So this is something 90% of traders do not even know how to interpret. But this is what shows, when you say the market is being moved by orders, this is what shows in real time. How many billions of dollars is moving this? How many billions of dollars? So when we say for every buyer, there needs to be a seller. For every seller, there needs to be a buyer. So when we're looking at, let's say we're looking at a market now, and then we say a market is bearish when there are more sellers than buyers. How do you know? Is the volume. When there's, let's say, $10 billion worth of sell orders on Bitcoin, and we're only having $2 billion worth of buy orders, or it's going to crash. As simple as that. So what most people are trying to interpret on candlesticks and confuse, they don't even understand what you're saying, is what happens most times in the order book, right? So most times if I'm looking at an exchange, let's say Bybit, I look at the direct Bybit order book as well, and it gives an edge, right, in the market. Not everyone knows how to interpret that as well, but that's why you have the Shifu here. And I do a lot of this interpretation, especially in the bull run group. So these are so many reasons why you should be in the bull run group for your own good. So and I share this, I also interpret the data for them in the bull run group, what it means, what it should be expected, and what not put together. So if we look at it, we've got let me just make it bound to the candlesticks, which I believe a lot of people understand perfectly well. But this time around, let me just make use of the volume candlesticks. The volume candlestick shows certain things in the chart, and one of the things it shows is the candles with the most volume and specific liquidity points, which you can see here as a zone, here as a zone. So, but this is the reason why I expect this to play and buy from here, one of these things, and not here. Right now, there's some people who are, if you go maybe on the timeline, there's some people who you see who are now projecting, some of them are projecting, what is it called? 77K, 78K, 79K, 80K, and which is, it is fine, right? But the truth is, I actually expect that to happen in February. So if it happens now, I will be surprised, honestly. I will be surprised if it happens now. But at the same time, it will also be good for the market. If it happens now, that means we may not have a bearish market, a major bearish retracement in February again. The market will just continue going up and up for the rest of the year. But however, I don't believe that will happen. I believe the market should come into this area, either create a liquidity level and buy it from here, or it comes down to 88k, 87, 88, 87, and then from here buy. So regardless, if for this to happen, it will take the next 24 to 48 hours. So we're already in the second. So between now and the third, we should get this, and then the fourth should be. So that's why I actually really think the timing of Shield launch is actually very good, because that may just be a very good pivot point in the market, right? So we're just getting this 2 days earlier than the 5th, which is good. So, and then a movement upwards. And once the market begins to pick from this zone, here is a zone, like I recall. I don't know, I've said this a lot of times, that no matter wherever this market goes, Bitcoin must come down to 77,000, 78,000 at some point in time. And so for the records, right? For records, you can just keep it that Bitcoin is going to go to 77,000. Not now, but most likely in the month of March, right? Most likely in the month of March, we should be expecting that to come into equation and play out at that time in the month of March. So, but before that happens in the month of March, from February, we're getting what we call an entry. We're getting our February entry. So the next 3 days is going to give you February entry. And the rest of February, specifically from the second week, will be super, 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 super bullish heading into March. And then the market is going to top out again in March, give one more retracement, and then the wide bull run that everybody wants is going to happen. Now, like I said, do not be deceived. Coins are going to move up. A lot of money is going to be made. Make sure you're in the bull run group to get access to some of the information I'm going to be dropping from time to time, very, very early. I don't most times some information I drop, I still share it publicly, but you get early entry before others, before the public. So for you to join there. But however, do not be deceived. A lot of money is going to be made in February, a lot of money is going to be made in March. But that mega whereby everything just goes ballistic, we're going to have it from April. So the only thing that can change whatever I'm saying now, change it, is if Bitcoin decides not to bounce from these levels I just gave us now, decides to go to that 77k, which I'm saying it must get to, but not now. If it doesn't get to it must get there, but not now. I'm saying it's going to happen in March. So if you decide to now want to happen to it now, what does it mean? It just simply means that, okay, what should have happened in March is happening now. And that means we're up only for the rest of the year. It will be a good thing. I will be happy as well. I'll be happy as well. But so we're going to get a lot of entries. So traders on the crypto trading network, on the Shifu trading challenge groups, get ready. I'll be posting a lot of charts, analysis, and entries for us. I'm going to start this week. We'll be back to back. In fact, on Wednesday, right? Wednesday, we'll have a live stream. On Wednesday, we'll have a live stream. Wednesday. Where am I going to be on? On Wednesday, we're going to have a live stream. So we're going to have a live trading live stream, right? On Wednesday. And Wednesday is going to be on the, when is Wednesday again? Wednesday is the 5th or 4th. Help me. I don't know, guys. Is Wednesday the 5th or the 4th? I want us to have a live trading live stream where we'll analyze a lot of charts. That's for the rest of the month. So as we're getting this very good entries, we can maximize it. Mostly swing trades. Is Wednesday the 5th or what is it? Okay, guys. Yeah, okay, it's the 5th. So on the 5th, we'll have a live trading stream. So I'm gonna look at a lot of the chart, because the chart will be at very, very good levels for us to enter. So because right now it's just key zones. Whatever we're looking at right now will just be key zones. It's and we're not literally entering any of them at the moment. Like here we've got like 2.1 something as an entry. But we're not just going to enter it blindly. We'll have to wait to see. So to see what happens here, the market comes, clears out here. This could be like a very good entry. At the same time, it could wick down, right? So we can get this entry 1 point, which I've always been waiting for, the 1.6. most if you're in the bull run group, you know I've been waiting for this entry a lot as well. So we could still get this 1.6 if. So it all depends on how crazy our body wants to get to be. How crazy. So if you see now, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, right? So the next 4 hour closes in by 9 p.m. So let's assume that this candle closes down a little bit more into this black line, and then tomorrow moves up a bit. The next couple of candles moves up a bit, and then Tuesday dumps one more again. That will now be the very good entry. So what happens on Wednesday? By Tuesday, Wednesday will be very good for us. So that's why we're going to have a live stream. So it might be in the noon, around 12 p.m. or probably even depending on how the market gives. So rushing in now, anybody rushing now, it could be destroyed. You could just do a little. This thing I drew here, you could see is like a fake out. That makes you to think that it may even buy up very well and then start coming down again. So as long as we haven't gotten this or this, we are not yet safe. So if you're rushing on anything right now, you're going to be absolutely destroyed. Very, 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 very destroyed. Very, very destroyed. Obviously, a lot of people don't know the value of what they get, right? When you give them so much information for free, they don't understand that a lot of people pay for these things. A lot of people pay for these things, and it's just what it is. But that's why I always say that those who are wise, the best thing they can do is they will just join in the bull run group as fast as they can, so they get whatever extra knowledge, extra wisdom that is required, and the shifu that I share from time to time. If you're in the bull run group, another thing you notice is this is heading for our entry. Remember those entries I gave us in the bull run group, right? Most of those entries are already clicking. It's headed for our entries. And this is funny thing. When I drop these entries, most of these coins were far away. And I'm like, just take a chill pill to get there. It will definitely get there. And that's what is happening. When you know this thing, like I used to say, it's not about bragging. When it comes to Bitcoin, this is my playground, right? I just joke with it. I just play around with it. I know it like the back of my hands, and the market responds to it. So we know where to get in, we know where to get out, and we're always on the safer side. So this helps in that notion. A lot will continue bleeding though. So know when to get in, know when to get out. So on 5th, right? On 5th, we'll have that as well. And I think this week I should be having a private live stream with those in the bull run group. So if you join in the bull run group, you will have access to that as well. This is what we're expecting for the markets for this month into March, and then generally in the bull run, and then how you want to take advantage of these things, right? In the long run as well. And then we're looking forward to these new launches as well this week. So a lot of projects will be launching because we're about to go really, really crazy. A lot of projects will be launching, a lot of information will be launching, more people will be launching, much more money will be made. And before we get into an aggressive mode, whereby you want to post 1 million projects at the same time, before we get into aggressive mode is more of a degenerate kind of thing. So when the market is super, super, super bullish. But for now, less is more. And then you just capitalize on those little you have, and you could make a whole lot of money out of them. Super, super out of them. You cash in, you cash out, and then you are good to go. So there are a lot of projects that are going to rebound, right? A lot that's going to rebound and bounce back. But you have to also be in the right kind of projects, the right kind of platforms, and that you make a lot of money from. And there'll be new launches that I'm going to be sharing this week as well. We were going to make an insane amount of money as well from them. January made me so much money. I made so much money in January than I made in the past 6 to 7 months in crypto. I made like a 1 year target. I made it in the whole of January alone. And I believe February is going to even be better than January as well. So when we say locked in, it's not just in words, it's in action, what you're doing, how you're grinding, how you're connecting to the right groups and the right platforms that you should pay in and be a part of, and how you take advantage of this information is definitely going to help you very, very well. Some people are waiting for a very and some of us we're already enjoying the bull run. We're already enjoying the bull run because if you're cashing in out of this orbit, and if this is something, what I'm always happy for is that anything that is profiting me in one way or the other, I have taught something like that. And whatever happens is that I'm just practicalizing it, right? When I make emphasis, I'm just practicalizing it for us. I just practicalize that, okay. Then when I said remove the bear market PTSD, switch to the bull run mentality. And one of the bull run mentality, know how to capitalize on plays. When you look at the charts, and this chart is making a higher high and a higher low, higher high. All you just need to do is wait for a retracement and hit on that same thing. And as it goes higher, you're making money as well. You are making money as well. But if you don't, I don't know, like I always say that one of the proof is a man's time has come is that his eyes will be open. And you cannot force a person's eye to be open. It's just if his time has come or not. Someone whose time hasn't come, no matter what you say, they will never be able to see. And why would they be able to see even if they have the eyes? It is because we look with our eyes, but we can only see with our mind. Sight is of the mind than the eyes. So what we call seeing through the eyes is as a result of the mind. So a mindless man is an equivalent to a blind man. A man who can think and see through his mind is as good as a man who is blind and unable to look or see with his eyes. There's no difference between both of them. So once you see a man who is able to start seeing from his mind and is able to see opportunities and capitalize on them, you just know this man has been able to get into the realm of dual visibility. That was, he can now see through his physical and also his spiritual eyes. And I wish for us to be able to have that a lot in this year so we can capitalize on all the opportunities in the space right now from back to back. For example, Shield is doing an airdrop. I don't know how many people participated in the airdrop. I posted it about once or twice or so. An amazing airdrop, which I think they're going to, I don't know, but there were some rules. I posted it, I don't know. I posted it, I think, once or twice on the airdrop channel. So if you capitalize on it, it will be very good because whatever you get as an airdrop from them, my own advice for those who did the airdrop is, if you're wise, don't rush. Don't be in a hurry to sell. Don't be stupid. If you airdrop $10, don't be stupid and sell your $10. If it's $20 or $30, I don't know how much you're going to be airdrop, but don't be stupid. Whatever you airdropped it's going to 100x. Whatever you airdrop is going to 100x. So just wait for it to move up in value over time. Give maybe a couple of weeks, and then you'll be in a very good profit and you'll be happy, and then you sell off, right? Don't be like, people are hand to mouth kind of thing. Try and have sense. So you can change your life. Okay, guys, I've said a lot. So far, so good for today. We'll look at whatever has happened in the week. And what I just did is going to the project I said that's going to launch. We're looking forward to the ones that have launched and how they performed, right? And then the ones who are waiting for them to launch as well and how they could also perform. There's no point trying to jump around 1 million things when you already have certain things in order as well. And if you capitalize in the ones I said we launched last week that launched, there's no how you shouldn't have made more than enough profit, I swear, for the week. So if the week passed and you didn't make profit, it's because you are not paying attention. You're not paying attention. I think somebody made a comment I used to say, if you snooze, you lose. So if maybe you've been snoozing, if you snooze, you lose. So if you don't pay attention, money is going to leave you because we're in an attention economy, right? So now we are looking forward to the new week, and then there will be new launches this week. I want to see how we can capitalize on these new launches and make the most out of these new launches, right? Do not allow a week to pass you in this market without making profit. It's a sin for you to go through a one full week in this year 2025 without making profits. It's a sin. Take note, I didn't say it's a sin not to make losses, so because losses will definitely always be losses. But it's at the end of the week, if you can't say that I've made progress, I've made some profits, it is a very, very, very big sin, and you don't want to be on that part, right? On that aspect of the sin. There's also another airdrop. I'm checking for it. I think I don't know. I'll check for it. I don't know. I think maybe Shola have posted it also, but I'll check if he has posted it also. It's an airdrop that will be very good, and I think it will be wise for people to see how they can leverage on it or participate in it. I think the name is keeping my head. Maybe on Wednesday I'll talk about it. So someone should remind me that I mentioned I'm going to talk about an airdrop that would be also good for you people to participate in it, because we're in that year whereby the lot of airdrops are making up people money, and then we can literally take advantage of these things and make good money from them, right? So we want to be snoozers and losers. If that yeah, the possibility is there. Possibility is there. So this week I'll be back to back. This month, not just the week, the February, it's gonna be crazy, and that is why. If you notice, when the market start being, I always give us a hint of how the market's gonna be, and when it's about to be bad, a shift. Why a lot of projects that are supposed to launch as well, those who are wise will refuse to launch because they know that the market is gonna shit on them. It's gonna be bad on them. But once the market start recovering, everybody comes back with that energy. Projects start launching and all that. We're all good. We start making money around well. So whatever money you want to make, have this mindset that you want to make money for February and March. Right, as markets start picking up, have the match that you want to make money for February and March, like good money as well. And then in March, we now be a certain level of positioning. But I will give you very good details if you're in the bull run group. You got the details as well for the good position that we of what will happen in the month of April, what will happen in the month of March, April, May, right? April, May, and April, May, June, July. April, May, June, July. These are very full key months as well. But I don't want to go into those details for now. We spent about an hour here already. So bye for now, guys. It's good to see every single one of you on today's live stream. And moving forward, we're going to have like 2 live streams every week. So one live trading session, crypto capital show, one live trading session, crypto capital show. So it's going to be like a Wednesday, Sunday thing, starting from this Wednesday. So see you guys on Wednesday. Let us trade together and make some really good, all this our life-changing generational entries where you see me post 10,000%, 20, 30, 40, 50,000%. I'm about to do those crazy things again. And if you're ready to be on that ride with me, Wednesday, invite your friends, your families, your enemies, all of them should be on Wednesday, because we'll just be going through this coins and charts and analysis and coins and charts and analysis, and we're going to see how much we can group from them. So I'm going to show us the ones that I'm going to be scalping, the ones I will day trade for the week, and the ones I'm going to be swinging for the next 30 to 60 days. So there will be a lot of crazy trading going on. So make sure you are in, right, guys? Make sure you are tapped in. So bye for now, everyone. See you. Have a blessed weekend. Have a blessed Sunday Eve, and good rest with your family. See you when I see you again. So for those who want to reach out and get into the bull run group or pay for the platforms or the ETF, reach out to any of I think there should be on the description, there should be an access to reach out to the WhatsApp. Reach out to me on the WhatsApp and get plugged in. Plug in and lock in, guys. See you guys. Bye for now, everyone.